Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So now basically once you are completed with your admission, you have the LMS access. That LMS access, what is the specialization for us? So for everyone. So it will be LMS. Basically, this is mine. So I am not a student. You will see our ID card number and everything if I log in as a student. So what all the courses you have, and here below you have attendance also. Basically, if someone is already having LMS, you might update the attendance also. You can see this attendance also. How many classes you attended, how many classes you didn't attend. You got it? And if you open the course, for example, I was in Java full stack. I can be there. If it is not completed for me, then it will be not completed. If it is completed for me, then it is completed. If something is completed, that might be completed. If something is not completed, that might be not completed. For example, if you have some tasks in that, you can download that exercises and you can also go to that particular material and you can download it n number of times and you can go through that each and every definition. So now materials are updated like anything in a good format than this. So slow and steady. For example, go to core Java. Here materials are well updated. For example, expand this one, this module. Now you can see it's well updated. You can just copy paste this code. That will be any technology. You can just copy paste this code and you can run it. And even everything will be given as a color so that you can understand that is with respect to the syntactically. That will be the same in Java. And everything will be syntactically same, which is equal to the same font format also, like font family. So everything you can understand as a code. So now when you write Java, it will be the same color. And there will be a differentiation as a code so that you can easily copy and paste it and you can able to practice it. This is how our materials are created on my own. We only created our own material. After executing every step-by-step code, then only I will prepare the material. So that anyway, so by the next week, everyone will get the bag and materials also as a hard copy. So then it will be very better so that every time you no need to go to PDFs back. So that is how we are planning. Because the whole day, if you are looking at PDFs, right, it will be difficult. So you need to go to the hard code material, which will be printed. Then you can write your own notes also if you want, based on your understanding. So that will be simplified and optimized. So this is how our materials are prepared by us only, right? And every material will be the same. For example, open JavaScript. Open this one. So now whenever you write JavaScript, that editor is in black color. Those JavaScript code is in the same color. Again, you can copy paste that and execute the same. That will execute directly without any errors. So that is how we'll make the materials planning. And most of the things, if it is required, I also give an outputs if something is required. So that is how materials are well planned, right? So you no need to look back to any other else. So this is about LMS and you can explore and you can search some interview questions. Basically, it's under progress only. Now you can see HTML, CSS, JavaScript questions that are segregating. In upcoming days, in your batch also, you'll get core Java questions, interview questions. Everything will be here only so that you can go and even you can, for example, go here. Even if there is a coding questions there, you can just copy that code and you can just paste. See, the font family of the coding is also same like code, right? You can just see here. Go to information portal. See, the coding format will be the same, right? So the same we are also using in the, see, this is the coding format, coding font only, which will be consolas, console, CONSALS, I think. So that is the same. So this is how I developed the websites so that it will be feasible for every student. They can able to access the same. So this is about LMS. You'll get this whenever you're completed with your full fee, whatever it may be, based on the management, however it is structured. You'll get this because the LMS will be advantage if you are missing at some day or something, or even you want to go through it again and again, right? So that might be very helpful so that you can download the material and everything at the same place and even including syllabus also. And the same LMS can log in for one user. If you're logging within your another mobile also, I will get notification in our registration dashboard so that I can identify it. After this, Who will update this? So now we in registration portal, we have the same, but adding, deletion, copying from someone to someone, additioning, and also editing that, right? And also deleting the same and moving up and down, organizing the modules from module 1 to replacing that. So this is how we made it so that we can able to manipulate this as an administrator portal. So everything will be maintained here. You got it? So this is what about LMS. So now we'll start the session. We'll continue from here onwards. Okay. Yes. So now you can tell along with me if you remember. So whenever I enter, first of all, since we are going for full stack, first we need to understand the web, how the web works, because web is common for all the platforms. If you understand web, that will be similar for all the platforms. If you know web, you can migrate to desktop. If you know web, you can able to migrate to Android also. For example, this is the web page. Inspect it. Go to mobile view. This is the mobile view of the web. Again, you can open any website. Even you can open LMS also. Open in mobile view. And this is the same in the mobile view, right? So everything will be migrated from the web. So that is the basic. If you understand the web, then we'll go to the server. So now you are entering the JNTU results portal. So whenever you are entering JNTU results, you are going and entering your hall ticket number, which is 10 digit, right? 24R6180532. Fine. That is completed. Now you press submit, or even you'll go to Facebook. You enter your email ID and you enter your password. That is loading, right? Means that is asking someone to validate it. Oh, it's logged in. That is asking someone to validate. If it is correct, then it will log in. If it is not correct, it will load. Okay. If it is not correct, then what it will say? It's an invalid password and you cannot find an account. The thing is, who is the responsible person to do all this? Because we are clicking something that someone will get back the response. So we are getting the same, means that server is developed by Java, Python, .NET, C++, right? .NET, Golang, etc. So now as a part of that, we are taking Python full stack, Java full stack, right? Or .NET, whatever it may be, all the full stacks. Now what is full stack? Now server is developed by Java, Python, .NET, Golang, PHP, Node.js, etc. So now what is the web? Web is developed by some technologies like HTML, CSS, JS, TS, Angular or React. Now server is developed by Python or .NET, whatever it may be, you already took, right? Now these both will be mixed up. So whenever we click website, right, those will call these services. That will call as server. That will call as server. Okay. So whenever it got the request and it will process the request and get back the response. If your email ID and password is correct, the website will get and load it and log in. If it is not correct, it will show invalid password. And after that, if it is, that your email ID and password should be stored somewhere, then only it can validate whenever you ask. Otherwise, how it will validate? No, right? No way. Email and password should be stored somewhere. Otherwise, how it will validate? The storage devices in the software format we see SQL, which we can communicate with the database. Database is a software by many companies like MySQL acquired by Oracle again Oracle database, right? MS SQL, Microsoft SQL Server, which is Microsoft one. Again Apache, MariaDB, MongoDB, many databases. But in order to communicate, these are the technologies like Java, Python, .NET. But any software we can use. But how we can communicate using SQL? We can use this SQL as a language to communicate this database from these server-side languages. Again, these are combined as a backend now. This will become as a front end. This will be web application, Android application, desktop application, whatever it may be. So that's how we need to understand web first. Then we can understand server. So that is a part of that. That is an idea to start with web so that you can understand. Now tell me, whenever we enter facebook.com, what might happen? Sarath? So whenever I enter facebook.com, what might happen behind that? Yeah. So basically, whenever I enter facebook.com, this we segregated as 3 parts, right? You can tell along with me if you know. So first one is protocol, which is in the some layer, which we'll call some network layer or something. So now this one we'll call as domain, right? I'm just recapping it because if I ask you, you can able to answer because that is the way, right? This is domain. So now tell me this domain we want to buy or it's our own. We want to buy it. We want to buy it from some other, brokers that we will call as domain broker. We have the number one, which is GoDaddy from the last 20 years. So GoDaddy INC. So for example, I want bytesplash.in. Go and search domains. Now you see here bytesplash.in is already taken because we are already using it. If you are not using it, then it will say you can buy it. So I can buy bytesplash.com by 9,599. So 959 means it is listed for sale because bytesplash.com is not ours. Someone already bought it. .in I bought because that is available. Otherwise I will buy .com only, right? .com is not available. So now domains are listed into different categories like bytesplash.com. .in means India. .us means US. .uk means UK. .au means Australia. So every country will have their country code. And government website will follow .gov.in. Okay. Like bytesplash.government.in, central government, whatever it may be, appsc.government.in, whatever it may be. So that is how it is distinguished. Now you need to buy this. So that will be attached with some IP address. If you are using internet means your mobile will have the IP address. The same way you are using this domain means that will be attached to the some IP address. I will show you that also in a quick so that you can again recap it. See bytesplash.in here we have this DNS, domain name system. Okay. DNS. Anyway, we have many domains. This is one of the domain. See, whenever I enter admin.bytesplash.in, it will enter this IP address. Whenever I enter lms.bytesplash.in is the main domain. It will go to this. Again, whenever I enter registration.bytesplash.in, it will enter to the same domain. So I matched it. Whenever you enter www.bytesplash.in, World Wide Web, again it will match the same. So we need to match with an IP address. This is our server IP address. Again, for your mobile also, if you are using internet means it is having some IP address. Based on that IP address only, our request will go and will come back. So that's how our internet balance will be cut down from your mobile balance quota. You got it? Otherwise, if you don't have internet balance, it will not transfer the request and come back the response. That is how it will work. So again, I will show submarine cable map and we'll go to the next topic. So go to submarine cable map. You know this if you are already explored it, right? So now in India, from here we'll go forward. So the next continuation. So in India, we have 5 points. So basically, internet will travel in the form of wires basically, but in the surface of the earth on India, whatever it may be the land, we constructed towers to transmit so that we cannot build the wires. So while construction of towers will take the less cost. So we maintain that every 2 kilometers radius, we maintain the towers. On the same tower, Jio, Reliance, everyone can able to, use the same networks. With using one tower, they can put all, they can install all the different network towers. That is fine. Now, those will transfer in the form of radio frequency signals, in the form of hertz, megahertz, and gigahertz. So whenever you change the frequency, the next generation might come 4G to 5G, 5 to 6G. So based on the frequency, the radiation particles, the radio waves will be scattered more. So then fast will be increased in the form of bytes, kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, zettabytes, zettabytes, petabytes, whatever it may be, starting from. Okay. So now, first it will transfer in the form of radio waves and it will go near to the seashore. For example, my server is in Singapore. ByteSplash server is in Singapore. Whenever you enter bytesplash.in from Bangalore, which is the nearer? Either Mumbai is nearer or Chennai is nearer. It will go to Chennai. Singapore is here somewhere. It will go to this point again here. It will go point to point connection. We'll call as routing mechanism. So that's why we'll have routers for all the networks. Basically, this we will call as submarine cables. So all the submarines, most usage of the submarines is to maintain submarine cables which are under the sea. In under the sea, it's a depth of kilometers. We cannot construct the towers in the kilometers. Even we cannot go down due to that particular pressure. Our lungs will burst like anything. Like, got it? So that is why wires can tie to the seashore to one shore to another shore with a pole so that they can, float in the water. So those wires will be maintained by submarines along with the ocean security. These two is the work of the what submarines will do daily. So now this is how it will work. Now tell me, what is the life after Jio and before Jio? This is the main topic. So after Jio, before Jio is very different, right? In India, especially because India is the developing country now after 2016. I don't say before 2016 because I will tell you what all are increased. For example, okay, why? Because Jio laid their own line in the Mumbai. So there are two lines. One is Tata Communications, one is Jio Communications. So basically, Jio laid their own line in the sea. Because of that, they can able to provide cheaper internet with their larger business ecosystem. From there, they're expecting less profits, but they're expecting expanding their business. From Jio Cinema to Jio Savan, everything Jio Mobiles to Jio Pay, everything they're expanding their business and they're becoming monopoly. So that is what changed all the service providers to vanish off. Uninor, Telenor, many, Idea, Vodafone are mixed. Otherwise, they will not survive at all. Airtel is standard because Airtel have their own plans, but strongest, ISP before is Airtel only with almost 60 to 70%. Starting it's BSNL, but after that BSNL is taken, overtaken by the Airtel because Airtel having the strong connection again back with the good customer support, right? After that, since it's a government, they're not taking care of BSNL. They're not investing and they're not funding, they're not properly maintaining that. So that is slow and steadily decreased. And that is taken care by Airtel and Idea. Again, whenever they released, again Idea came back with good offers. And again, someone attracted. And Vodafone also attracted something. And again, Uninor, Telenor came. So they are providing less price. So everyone is attracted. They provided free SIMs also, Telenor. So that is how market is distributed. Whenever Jio came with their own internet line, now all this Airtel, Vodafone, everyone is buying internet from BSNL or Tata. But now there is a new competitor came into the market. Whenever it is available, now everyone is vanished now because they're decreasing the prices the way we use. Every day we are using 1.5 GB that they are making available. First 6 months they provided free because they want subscribers. Whenever we reach that much of subscribers, because that internet is stable and that is very fast. So now we switched from secondary Jio to primary Jio. That is continuing till today. Anyway, so the next revolution might come with BSNL also. From there, our internet usage is increased like anything. So the whole month at least 1 GB will be almost 150 rupees before that. Even Airtel 3G or something, we cannot buy that. We are just using some 30 or 40 rupees recharge, and we are getting 300 to 400 Mbps of internet, MB of internet. The same MB, 400 MB, I am using the whole month. You got it? But that is changed here. We are using 1.5 GB daily. Before that, we are not even watching the whole YouTube the whole day. But we are using the YouTube whole day and we are making it set it back. That is running background also. We are doing some other work. This is how we are habituated internet. In you see, apart from India, no country will have this cheaper internet. You just Google it. You got it? In America also. They want to pay dollars, $2,000, $3,000, $1,500. If someone is all there, are there in foreign countries also, you can ask them. They want to pay in dollars. But in our India, it's simply 699 something, which will be like 50 Mbps, 60 Mbps, 100 Mbps with some data. If you want truly unlimited means you want to go to 999 something. So with that, we can do a number of things. We can create the content, we can create the videos, we can generate something, we can upload something, we can do content creating. So that is why content creators, everyone got it, increase like anything in India. From there, it started. How I will tell you. So everyone is generating money using internet, which is cheaper. How you can generate? You are the content creator or you are the social media influencer, you are the YouTuber. You are getting money, you are spending it in again back. Again, government is collecting taxes from you because you are paying the taxes. You got it? Now, with that, companies are growing. How? Since you are getting more money, you are spending more money in all the formats like entertainment to education. Now, every industry got affected, every industry getting profits. Is everyone following online also? Now every industry, every vertical getting profits kada. You got it. So now every industry getting profits means now see in your mobile, you are using astrology online to till doctor appointment online, even ordering food online. So everything became online. Now there is a much usage of IT. IT infrastructure from software to hardware, everything. From there it starts. So we are using mobile phones. We are buying new mobile phones because it is becoming slow because you are the PUBG player. After 1.5 years, your mobile becomes slow. Again, in order to complete that, you want a new mobile phone. Again, you are walking somewhere. So you are very frustrated and your mobile phone is broken. Again, you will buy that. Electronics also we are buying. Software is also buying. Like it's a producing. Now jobs are increased like anything after 2016. Again, at that particular present government, they introduced Make in India. With Make in India, we are making our own chips. Apart from we are importing. Now we are making it. Since we are making it, our economy will grow because we are exporting. If we are the largest exporter, then our rupee value will be higher than any other country. Since petroleum, we are doing many, much from importing much from UAE, Arab countries. They are the largest exporter in the world, right? 90% of the petrol. Because of that, their dollar value, their dinar value is almost 200 rupees when compared to Indian rupee. So now after few years, definitely the oil reserves will be depleted. Whenever it depletes, they want to restrict them. So they are increasing tourism now. You got it? So now that is how India is also finding a new solution in order to replace petroleum. So dependency will be less. Then only we can develop. If there is a dependency, then how much they ask, that much we need to pay based on the demand. Now again, if you are inventing hydrogen engines from mobile automobiles to railway engines, then again, because if you are introducing that hydro means, definitely it will done with the help of water. We have Himalayas, we have Western Ghats, everything. We have the good rivers. We can able to do it. We can able to do with hydro, right? So we can divide water into hydro. So we can split it using chemistry, you already know. So we can use it. Again, India will develop. So now after 2016, after this internet revolution, I can say India is developing. You got it? So that's where in the IT jobs also increase like anything. Now you can see in any engineering college, only CSC people will be 90%. It's changed like anything. Almost the people who are taking the core branches in the type 3 colleges are increasing in CSC basically. But IIT and NITs will have the same impact. They are filling the whole seats. 60, 60, 60. Basically, it is having 60 only. Most of the IITs. Some of the NITs will have 120 also. But it's not be more than 120 in any top colleges like tier 1 colleges. But in tier 3 colleges, almost people are taking CSC because anyway, if they are taking core subjects like ECE or EEE or something, at the end of the BTech or at the end of the BE or BTech, they're not able to get placement on the same core. But finally, they are converting into CSC. So that is the major reason that is happening in the whole education system in our country. So that is why finally everyone is shifting to IT because from starting onwards they're taking CSC. But there are few people who are taking ECE and they will think like they have two options. So that is also possible, right? So that is how it is happening. Finally, what I can say, this is the revolution that is happened after 2016. With that, we are able to do that. Now, if any website, if you see, that will be a domain that will be associated some with IP address. With that IP address, we can able to access this website. Now, this website, any website, that will be any website. Right click, you can right click and do inspect. So if I want to see in mobile view, see if it is in mobile view, it will be like that. You have this option. I'm selecting iPhone Pro Moto G4. I can select Samsung Galaxy S8. So everything. I can change the dimension also. So we can see the responsiveness. So that will be applicable for mobile also. If you open in mobile, that is the view, right? So, and how it is developed? It is developed with the technology called HTML. You can see that. You can see that particular code. How you can open this? I am closing it again. Right click here at any part of the website. You can do inspect it. Now you can open this tab. If you want to separate it, you have these options, right side, bottom, left side, and dock it up as a separate window. You can open it. So you can see the whole page in Elements tab in any browser that is. Any browser, it will be the same. But the look and feel will be different. It will look like a round button. It will be like sharp button, but that is fine. So that is HTML. So that is the like web concepts, HTML and HTML5. HTML5 is the 5th version which we are using now. HTML is the version 4 basically. So those topics will be covering first. After this, we'll be separating the classes Java and Python also. So we'll be having separate track for Java and Python. But first we'll start with web so that you can understand how the web structure works. So whenever we know the basic concept of that, even though if any of the interview comes also, right? But anyway, this HTML will be completed in 3 days. Fourth day you will be writing in live anyway. So you'll be ready with that. So now whenever you completed with that, so that you can understand how the web page will be designed. So why we are using server first? So, okay, go to facebook.com. No, go to facebook.com. We have login page. This is developed by HTML only. Now we have blue color, green color, and everything. We have this tag. Whenever you hover on it, you're getting this cursor like this pointer. This finger is a pointer, right? Pointing to this location, this link. So these are developed by HTML. Whenever you click it, it is calling server and getting back the response. That server is developed by Python, Java, .NET. So whenever you understand this web, how it will works, then you can understand easily how the server works. Server will serve your request. You are requesting that and it is giving the response. It is based on request response cycle. You are requesting it and it is getting response. Again, you are requesting it, it will get the response. So that is how it will work. You got it? So that's how we will start with HTML. We'll download this material. Yeah, basically version 1 was released in 1993. Fine. Version 2 was released in 1995. Again 1997 version 3. Version 4 is almost 2012. Afterwards, we have version 5. So now why these many versions? Why? Because, okay, I will tell you the major changes in the version 5. Okay, go here or even here. Now see here, we're having this lab. So we have this symbol, right? We know this because we did chemistry experiments in our, +2. We did chemistry. And this is what? This is about apps. App symbol is that because it is having many dots means it is having more items. That more items will be apps here, applications. These icons are from HTML version 5 that is released after 2013. You got it? But before 2013, whatever it may be, version 4, which is HTML, is not having these icons. You got it? Now tell me how much difficulty it is to mention this. Here I need to write, click here for apps, click here for lab. You got it? I need to write the same. That will be very difficult and that will look odd. Again, you see folder icon here. These folder icons are also from HTML5 only, right? Those are also icons. Those are not there in previous version. So these are the new improvements in version 5. Those are much needed. Again, go to YouTube. Now see almost every icon you see. For example, here you see speech icon, you see create, upload video icon, you see notification icon, or you see this arrow icon next. Again, you see here this icon, subscription icon, your personal playlist icon, your videos. Every icon is from HTML5 only. If we are using HTML4, now tell me how it will be. It will be very difficult to create this. Basically, in previous version also we can create this icon, but that is a different process. You need to do large of code, right? So, but now tell me, YouTube is from almost 2000, some 2, 3, 6. I don't know. It is from there. 5, right? 2005. Someone is uploaded first video in the June, right? So we know that. Now tell me, there it is. But when HTML5 came, it's almost 2013 or something. So now those icons are not there. But YouTube is having the same icons, then that will be developed with some large code base, right? Now it is becoming very easier from HTML5. Now this is the video icon to play the video, right? This is the video icon. It's advertisement. Now this is the
Want to
video
get into
icon to
software
play the
development,
video.
data analytics, or IT and security? Well,
So now this video feature also is not there in HTML4. This video and audio, whatever you play in web, that is also not there in HTML4 till 2013. They created in a different formats and they make it look like that same. So that is also difficulty. And these are the features from HTML5. Now tell me, is HTML5 is revolution or not? Definitely. All these icons, everything you see, those are from HTML5 only, not from HTML4. So that is why there is no much improvements from HTML5. Still we are using HTML5 only. That is the latest version. It is not latest, but it is the latest, which is the last version from 2013. We no need to improve. From there, we no need to improve. You got it? So that is how. See, again here, every button will have the icons. That is also HTML5 feature only. So that is why every version to version, there is an enhancement that is added because of improvements what we need so that user can able to easily develop the things. Now you see, it is very easier for us to buy a new bike. Now tell me how much it is difficult for our fathers to buy the bike. It's very difficult, right? Slow and steadily, generation to generation, we are developing. Means we have something today. With that, we are making something new. Means this will become, less priority to us, and that will become more priority. Then this, in order to create this again, we need to put, less effort. Means we are already having the bikes, everyone today. We are able to afford the bike within a day or within a month. We can able to do whatever we want and with 1 month salary in software also we can buy the bike, right? So that is the generation now. Now in olden days, what it is happening? So I will tell you how exactly it's happening. Now tell me, we are from some of the villages, we are from some of the districts. Now tell me how the transportation in olden days. In order to transport, in order to go to your village in olden days, it will take 3 to 4 hours. Now you will go in 30 minutes or 45 minutes because we have expressways. Now here time is decreased. How much time it is saved? Almost 60 to 70% of the time it is saved. This time you can spend on another things. Again now, before that, you don't have roads even in your area. So whenever it is raining, you will be walking on the muddy road, right? Again, it will take more time. Now it is cement road, that is fine. So it is concrete road. Now you can go by walk within a minute or 2 minutes, right? So everything is developed day by day because government is collecting taxes. That will make our lives easier day by day. The same way, HTML is also evolved like anything. So whatever you develop now, with less code you can develop. So that will call as boilerplate code, which is already given by someone. You got it? So that is how our lives will be changing from day to day. So we are running fast now. We are running behind something, right? So that is how matured mind. So now tell me, compared to our generation with the current generation. Now the current generation people will know everything by the end of the first class or second class. They are competing with us. So even they are checking our bags when we go home, and they will ask directly, you didn't take me anything. Why you are coming to home? No, you go back. They will ask like that, right? They will treat us. So everything they know means that is matured minds. Slow and steadily, generation to generation, everything is matured, everything is changing. So definitely we want to change. The same way HTML also evolve like anything. Now you see Apple 16 is releasing a nightmare features like anything. You can directly message via satellite. Apple 16 feature is that main feature. You can directly connect to satellite, nearest satellite. Again, in the nearest feature, there is no towers also. We are communicating directly through via satellites. Now there is a traffic, satellite traffic in the universe around the Earth, basically in the Earth's orbit. And also there is a disaster also might come with the help of satellites because there are olden satellites which are already revolving in the Earth's orbit that will collide with the new satellites. Again, in order to avoid that, they want to make it, you know, to burst in the sea. They want to get back into the sea, so they want to demolish that. Again, when that is happening, something goes wrong. Like how the NASA's, you know, latest pilot has failed, right? Something mission has failed. She is in space only. Now SpaceX is sending back some rocket to get back her, right? So that is happening. This might happen. Failures might happen. So disasters might also come. Now you see why not disaster? That is because of 12,000 year cycle basically. That we will call as every 12,000 years solar storm will come. The solar storm might be what? Basically. So sun will be like burning like a lot after every 12,000 years. It will burn the whole year. Now this is the year which is 12,000 year cycle. Now you can remember from the last November 2023 to till now, almost 90% of the countries are flooded. You got it? Now it came to India few 4 days back. Now this is not stopping. So that will be because of global warming one. Now solar storm is very high than anything from the last 12,000 years. Now this is the year that is impacted more. Because of that, there are much water that is evaporated from sea, river, etc. and everything. Even Antarctica is almost right melting now. Because of that, now clouds are forming like anything. Because of that, they're bursting like anything. If they're bursting, they're getting centimeters of rain that will be flooded in the same point. So that is what happened in the same day on 29th August. So that is flooded and got landslides even in Uttar Pradesh also. So landslides are came because of that. So slow and steadily everything is changing, but we want to change how we do. So the same way HTML5 is evolved till this particular point. You got it? Okay, we went to till disaster management. Fine, we'll stop and we'll continue. Okay. I'm just creating the folder. Since is the first class. Yeah. First of all, I'm opening the notepad. I can save as sample.html. So I can use all files because whatever the extension that you are giving, go to documents, go to desktop classes, full stack 9. Here I want to save. So now, in order to develop the web pages, we want HTML, which is the hypertext markup language. So basically, there is no compilation needed for that. It's marked up with the some tags, which is like greater than, less than, and greater than. Inside that, you need to write everything, opening and closing of that. I will tell you the same. So now, every file will have the same extension. PDF, if it is .pdf, .jpeg, right? Joint programming experts group, like photo experts group, that JPEG, portable documentation format, XLS, whatever it may be. The same HTML is .html. If you are saving the dot all files, then it will save as the same extension. So now why the sample.html is in Google Chrome? Basically, HTML will be runnable by the browsers. My default browser is Google Chrome. That is why that is in color. If I change my default browser to Edge, Microsoft Edge, then it will become the same color. Again, I will show you. Here you see it's Adobe Acrobat document because my default PDF viewer is Adobe. So that is why it is. So go back. So now the HTML syntax will be HTML, which is opening, hypertext markup language, and closing. It is having the head tag, and it will be closed. Again, it is having the body, and it is having the close. So this is the syntax, and whatever you write inside the body, that will become website. There is something in head also, I will tell you. Hi, this is Chiranjeevi. Okay. So now go back to desktop, classes. Whenever you double click it, it will automatically open it. Hi, this is Chiranjeevi. It is opening from desktop classes, full stack folder name, because the folder full stack 9, the folder will have spaces. That spaces will be replaced with %20. You got it? That is the character that is replacing with space. Otherwise, that will be broken link, right? If you give the link with space, that is broken or not? Definitely that is broken. So that is why that is, changing that into another format, which is the encrypted format. Now this is the file name, which is sample.html. We are opening this particular location file, our file system, our local file system, from our local file system. So now go to any website. Any website if you go. Okay, I will go this website. Go inspect it. Now it is there in HTML. And you have the body. See, when I hover on the body, is the whole web page is selected? Yes, it is highlighted, right? It is highlighted. The whole web page is highlighted in the background. Means the whole web page is inside the body tag only. Whatever you write, that will be inside the body tag only. And whatever you write in the head, so that is not highlighted anything, but that is having the basic details like its title, its description, its icons, everything. For example, there is an icon here. This is also written in head tag. And here I see ByteSplash Learning Management System, Marthalli, Bengaluru. Again, go this website. Here, become job ready automation tester. Search this here. Become job ready automation. That is the title of the page, right? This regarding all this, like the information about the browser or the information about the website will be there in the head tag. And the information which is yet to be published, the publishable information in the body tag only. So that is published. Information that need to be set with some data about the data means is an information about the website that will be mentioned in the head tag. The data that is should be published, that should be in the body tag. You are clear, right? So that is the main difference. And whatever you write inside the body tag, that will be published in the browser. And now we see here there is a syntax called, doc type HTML with a exclamatory mark. So now this is the syntax for HTML5. You got it? HTML5 syntax is very easier. Now any website if you open, that website is in HTML5 only. Because in order to enable HTML5 features, we want to give the syntax as HTML5 only. That HTML5 is the easier syntax than any other version of the HTML. Go to the material now, you can able to understand. So first you will write, this is the HTML5 if you mention this. And you are running it, that is fine. So this is the HTML5. This is the HTML4. This is the HTML1. Now tell me which is the simpler and the sweetest one. HTML5 only. Now even you cannot remember how many forward slashes you want to mention there. You got it? So that is typical syntax that is there still in HTML4. So that is why HTML5 is the simpler and optimized version of HTML, which is having more features than the previous versions. So in order to mention our document also, so that I can mention as doc type HTML. So now will become as HTML5 again. Once you change it, you can refresh it. Basically, it is in the local. Browser cannot know because nobody is there in between your browser and your file system to make it run automatically. No mediator is there. You want to refresh. Whenever you are developing the servers, there is a mediator, which will be the web server. That server will automatically load the changes in the file and it will reload the web page. But here there is no intermediary person in order to reload automatically by detecting the changes. We are just manually did that. You got it? We are not the web servers. We are the users. User is the person who will sit in front of the system and do some work. That work will be an instruction given in the keyboard or a mouse. So that will do process our work and display in the next page what will be the result. So this is the doc type HTML, which is HTML5 now. You got it? Now I will go here and see sample.html. There is no title. I want to give the title. Okay. Go back and expand this title. This is Karthik's era. Karthik's Danny's era. Daniel. Okay. Danny's era. Okay. So now, okay, we take this. So now go here. This is Karthik's Danny's era. So now we written it as a title so that we got it, right? So now what is the syntax of it basically? I just written it. You just need to understand the syntax also, right? So I given clearly mentioned here by just making it in PowerPoint and copy pasted it here. So now whatever you write, that will be the opening tag. And whatever you close, that will be the closing tag. The whole will call as HTML tag. And whatever you inside write it. So this is Danny's era. This is the HTML content, which we'll call as inner HTML of the HTML tag. Now HTML is the tag, head is the tag, body is the tag, right? Title is also tag. Whatever you write inside the open and closed tag, that will become HTML content, some data. So that will be displayed. So this we will call as HTML content. And if I give some ID for it, some ID equal to 1. Again, I will write some para using p tag. Let it be. You no need to understand why p. This is para. If I want to write some para, I want to start and end with P. Again, I will give an ID for this as 2. Para 2. Again, I will write another paragraph as para 3. So now just refresh the same. So we got these 2 para, right? Go and again inspect it. Go to body, whatever you write that will be displayed here. And so wherever you hover it, that is automatically highlighting, right? So now tell me what it is all called. Is this is opening tag, right? And is this is closing tag. And whatever you write inside opening and closing, that will become content. Like HTML opening and closing tag and HTML content. You got it? And this one what we'll call attribute and value. So this class ID, what name, whatever it may be, you can give class ID name for this. So that will become attribute and value. So attribute will be this one, and you can use equal to, and you can use double quotes and you give some value, that will become attribute and value. You got it? So this whole element will call as HTML element. That is why it's inside the elements tab in the browser. You got it? You got it? So the whole tag, everything is a HTML element here. Even the body is a HTML element because body will have content inside. Again, HTML is the whole is a HTML element because HTML inside we have 2 tags. Again, those 2 tags will have different tags, which is the nested tags, right? So that is how it is structured in the form of a tree. You got it? I will paint it. Now see, this is the HTML. Just use the box. Okay, anyway, tree is in the form of this. Again, this is head. This is the body. This is the HTML, right? HTML. Okay. Now, this is the body. This is the head. So basically, head will become first, okay? Anyway, left child will be head. Right child will be body. You can change it. So, first child is the head. Second child is the body. It will be reverse, okay? So now again body will have n number of childs. Paragraph, again paragraph. Again those paragraph will have n number of childs. So this is how it will be in the tree structure. You got it? It will be documentary we will call. Go back. This is the same, right? So now we'll call as this as documentary. You got it? So because we are using doc type HTML, HTML document we will call, Word document we will call, PDF document we will call, everything will call as document. So that is why everything will be referred as document. Whenever you are sending WhatsApp as a document, the document will be anything, but it will be sent in the document format, right? The document will be in original format. If you send image and video, that will be reducing its original clarity, right? That's why you're sending document. The document will be in original format using dot extension. The same way HTML is also a document which will be treated as, but which version of it is? HTML5 version, which will be having the elements in the elements tab. This is the HTML element. HTML element is the parent tag, which will be having 2 children, head and body. Again, body is an element which is having some content. Again, body is having the 3 children. One is paragraph tag, another one is paragraph tag, another one is plain text. So this will become 3 children of the body. You got it? Body is the parent of 3 children. Again, there is a para. For this para, there is no children. For this para, there is no children. Right? Again, for this content, there is no children. These are the children of body. Again, this para will call as HTML element. Every tag, opening and closing tag will call as HTML element because that is having some content that might have attribute and value. That might have opening tag and that might have closing tag. You got it? So this is what all about HTML. HTML tags, HTML content, HTML attribute and HTML value. So this is the base syntax we need to write. You got it till this point? Now the thing is, who is the responsible person to understand this? You got it? If you're writing Java code, if you're writing Python code, if you're writing C++ code, if you're writing Node.js code, there are the runners or there are the compilers in our system. You got it? But here, who is the responsible person to understand this? Basically, browsers will have HTML compilers. Basically, it's not about compiling, it's marking up. It's a markup language. It will just understand the syntax of the HTML and it will display as it is. HTML is static. HTML is static. Whatever you written, that will be in the document only. Right? That will be displayed as it is. In 1995 to 2000, that is only happening. Whatever the websites, those are developed, right? At the time, most of the times, it will be, they're facing many difficulties because there is no other person who is the mediator to communicate with someone to get the data and refresh the page. Whenever you refresh, that will be lost, right? So only that is there in the document that will be displayed when you refresh, right? So I cannot log in here. I cannot sign up because there is no other mediator to call that particular server. These technologies are evolved like anything after 2000. Now, when I click login button, I will just create a button, okay? So that I can able to demonstrate you properly. Button, login. I click login button, but who is the mediator to connect? That is the main role of JavaScript. JavaScript is the scripting language in the browser. All the arithmetic operations and these events, click event, right? Everything will be understood by the JavaScript. This JavaScript will dispatch this request to the server. That server will be developed by Java, Python, .NET, C, C++, Golang, whatever it may be, you are learning. So that will get back the response. In order to apply some dynamic behavior for the website, JavaScript is only the responsible person. And now see, HTML is black and white or not? Definitely, it's a black and white. In order to apply styling, coloring, animation, effects, etc., so that will be with the help of CSS and CSS3. Again, CSS3 is the latest version, which is having Flexbox grid, some of the features which you don't know, might be you know, but we'll be covering as a part of the class. So with these concepts, again, CSS3 might came into the market. With this CSS3, we can able to do and build the website in less time again. You got it? That is evolve like anything. So that is how first we'll start with HTML so that you can understand how to develop the web. Then we'll move on to the like CSS and we'll stop there. We'll stop there and we'll continue our coding classes in Java, Python, and we'll continue for some time. And again, we'll come back to the JavaScript. Since you already learned something like Java or Python, you can easily understand JavaScript also. Then we'll mix up and create full stack project also with advanced UI, which will be React or Angular, and with advanced Java or advanced Python. We'll do the projects and we'll make it and we'll release in .com, .in domains, and I will guide you how to do the same. So we'll end up that project. And in between, we have 2 weeks of coding classes also, some 2 to 3 weeks on which technology you are into, so that you can understand briefly. I can able to do it better. Like, so till this point, how you practice, that might be the different, but the way you learn here, that might be the different also. So whatever you get from something out of this class also, you can able to note down. So accordingly, you can follow if it is better than any other thing, right? We'll be doing in live. So that will be better for you, right? So this is how we'll go. So till this point, are you clear, guys? Okay. So now, okay, now I will end up with the ID. Okay, I'm working for a Google. Okay, I'm working for Google. Currently, I'm working was Dell client. Okay, so that is the current company, if I'm saying. Before that, I work for Siemens. I work for something. Okay, so now I develop this LMS website and even registration website. If you want to develop this website, definitely I want to write HTML, CSS, right? I wrote. Now tell me, if I am writing in Notepad, if I am doing some mistakes, I don't know. Even this is also a mistake. If I'm missing the double quotation mark, which is the closing, that is also a mistake. Even if I'm using, that is also mistake. It will not run. It will run, but it will throw in some errors. HTML is as it is, it will print. Okay. So see here, it will print as it is basically. See, something is missing. It will print as it is. But the thing is, it is missing something because of some errors. Now, how I can understand this? There is no intelligence in Notepad. Notepad is the text editor, whatever the character you enter. So I enter this less than character. I enter this greater than character. I enter this L character, H character. You know, every character will be converted into ASCII table in the computer programming. In programming perspective, everything will be converted into ASCII. If I entered greater than less than, that will be there here. If I enter 0, 1, that will be there. Everything will have a decimal value that will be having some, for example, capital A. Where is capital A? Okay, capital C, 67. So capital O, that is having some 79. Everything will be calculated into number. So that is how the file size is 1 kilobyte. You know how much the 1 kilobyte? 1 KB equal to 1024 bytes star 255. That might be something because every 1 byte is 255. So that is the size of the file by calculating all this. So this is how file is evaluated. Now anyway, that is fine. You know this. But whenever I'm doing this large projects, mega project, can I do in Notepad? If I'm doing it so, it is like I'm walking to like my hometown from in the current situation for this whole 400 kilometers. It will take 1 week, but I can go by bus or train within 6 to 7 hours. So this 1 week will be saved. Again, if I want to go to some other place again, I can take 1 week. My whole life is in road only, right? Right. Definitely, I want to make it optimize. I want to use something. So that is why I want to, put some effort. I want to earn some money so that I can expense that also. You got it? In olden days, we don't have bus facility, something like from one village to another village, which is like 2 to 3 kilometers neighboring villages. There they're walking only. It will take 3 to 4 hours for them. Again, if it is rainy day, it will take the half of the day for them. So that is how the olden days we are living, our grandfathers, our ancestors. So that is why they're having less facility and they have whatever they want. They're just living with them, right? Now we have more facilities and we're getting more facilities also. It's evolving like anything. Now, definitely, if I stay with the Notepad, definitely I will be there only in 1990s only. I will not buy the car in my own life. That is how it is slow, right? Even I will be there only. Now I want to switch to into the Notepad editors so that I can easily develop my code. So these editors, the popular editors used by the industry, this we'll call as front end. You know, HTML, CSS, that we'll call as UI or front end development because you already listened the demo and today also you remember the same concepts. Now there are the popular editors. One is Visual Studio Code, which is from Microsoft VS Code, developed by Microsoft. This is the color. Definitely it will be there in my system because I daily do coding. Basically to develop this website, that will be a foundation website or that will be LMS or that will be a registration portal, right? So daily it will be there. I will be developing some code. This is the HTML file only basically, okay? But how to develop this? By the end of the session, you can understand each and every word, what is meant for. That is fine. I am sure I will be giving that, right? So the next one is Sublime Text. This is also used by some of that, but 70% share is by Visual Studio Code only. In my current company, I am using VS Code. In my last company, I am using VS Code. In my first company or the intermediate company also, I am using the VS Code only, not Sublime Text. Because the way it will give the features, no other editor will give. We can do editing and we can able to find out how many files are changed. If you want to revert back also, we can change. Again, if something is changed, it will be added with green line. If something is removed, that will be added with red line. You got it? So that is how it will differentiate. Again, we can go back and again we can revert back the changes. I could not do the changes now because I will be confused. Again, I want to make it colors. So basically, these are the keys which is having light sky blue. These are the values which are in like some orange, dark orange color. Again, these tags are in some color. Again, go to HTML. HTML tags are in blue color, white color. Again, keys like attribute, right? Attribute, class is an attribute, ID is an attribute. Values are in like dark orange color, right? So everything, so the content, HTML content is in white color. The background color is black color. So now go to material and copy paste the same. So this is how also I am preparing the material. So whenever I am preparing the material, I am doing the same and I am executing it. I am preparing the material and typing the same. Again, Java, I am in the preparing of the material, right? I just started today. Again, whatever I do, I will execute the code and copy paste. So now it will not directly copy paste. Basically, I need to keep the source formatting. For example, here, this background color is what? Black. This color is this. If I am copy pasting it, this Word document will automatically not get it. We need to change to go to files and go to more, go to options, go to advanced, go to here, keep source formatting. From the source file, how it is colored, everything will be transferred here. If I remove it, if I remove to only keep text only, it will copy the text only. So this is how we will also prepare materials. We need to use and follow all this. And this is how I need to prepare each and every material, right? That will be a difficult task. So now you can use this one. I will initiate this. I install this, go to VS Code, download it. You can download for Windows and you can use it. This is the theme basically. Actually, Visual Studio Code black color theme is very good, not white color theme. Remember this. Black color theme is very good. Now you see, this is the white color theme, right? Is this good or the black color is good? Black color is only good. So basically that is the standard. You can download and you can install. Okay. There is no configuration. Just next, it will install. That's it. You have the VS Code icon. So basically it will ask some options like open folder with code, open file with code at the end of the installation. You need to check that. If you check that, what it will happen, I will tell you. Go there, right click, and you can open with code. That will be integrated in the Windows options. Again, go to the folder full stack 9. You can open with code. So that options will be enabled if you do that particular checkbox in every step check, but is the last step it will ask for you. And I can open the full stack 9 process here. So now what you do, you don't need to, you have the boilerplate code. You can do, you'll get the HTML syntax. Just use apostrophe. It will be having embedded abbreviation. This is the abbreviation. If you want that, enter it. You got it? You'll get the HTML5 document. Again, it will automatically suggest opening and closing. This is para. If you do some mistakes, you can easily identify as a red color. You can understand at what line it is in red, right? You can understand easily the mistakes. So this is what the feasibility we want to write. Even if you want to create a picture, it will automatically suggest it, whether if we have this or not. We can able to do it. So if you want to upload a file, input type equal to file. You don't need to understand this, but I'm just telling you. And if you can go live server, it will automatically have this live server and you can open that. That will run. So this much of features we have with IDE, you can able to. And here the live server is not inbuilt one. We have here, this is the file. If you want to search something, for example, AA, it will be there in this particular line. It will tell you in the globally. If there are 1000 files also, you can search with the same name. Because there is something happened in your company. In login page, something happened. You need to find out in which file it is something happened. Then you want to change. In that particular line, some string is there. Login page or login to LMS. You want to search that. If you search it here globally, in which file and which line it is, you can able to find. And this is the ease of access, right? You can able to do. With this, you cannot do in Notepad, basically. So that is the advantage of editors, code editors, basically. So that is why we'll install. From here onwards, we'll start our journey, development journey. So we can able to understand it very easily. So that's how I will make you understand. And the materials also is the same. You can just copy paste the code and you can practice also. And whatever I teach here in the class in live also, that you can able to recap and the same and need to practice whatever you want. The same way you can practice daily for 1.5 hours, whatever it may be the extra, and put that particular effort that is, more than enough for you. So that you can able to follow it easily, right? We want that only. We want that only. Every day you need to practice. Tomorrow, definitely. For example, today something is completed. Tomorrow, I will ask you to come here. That is the chair for you only. To come here and write in the laptop. So everyone can see what you did yesterday. You got it? So this is what happened today's class in Java. They written everyone, but everyone will not get the chance because if you are taking 10 minutes, he might take 15 minutes also. So that might end up the 1.5 hour, right? For 5 people or 6 people, definitely. But not everyone will get. But day after day, you will get the chance, definitely. I will not leave you. You should not leave you also, yourself. You should come and write here. If something is happening first day, second day, I will make you to make it right on the spot. I will just guide you. From the next day, you will have that fear. So, SAR will make me correct in front of everyone. Then this will fear definitely you can able to practice at least. So if you are doing in live, then in the interview also someone will ask you to write some code without any errors. Then you are ready to write it. And even in interview, in even examination also, you are writing TCS examination or Infosys, whatever it may be, the coding exam, whatever it may be. If you are practicing, then only you can find out the mistakes. If you are not practicing, then that errors you cannot able to find it out, even though you have the answer. I cannot sit in front of camera. Definitely, right? I can provide you the solution also. I can provide you in WhatsApp code and you can put here on the screen and you can put like this and you can code it. But the final thing is, if you're getting errors, if you're not rectifying, we can also help if it is dual desktop. But most of the browsers now rejecting the dual desktops. They are installing secure exam browser and that will close all the windows in the taskbar. You know that. If that is coming, definitely you need to solve your own question, right? But we can provide the solution by, looking side by side and we can able to, take that photo and convert photo to image text to editor and extract the text and search in the Google. And even if it is our own question also, we can able to do if we strike on that particular point. Basically, examination will be 95% elimination round only. So that is how in this strict guideline, strict timeline, we want to utilize the time. So at the time, definitely, if you are not practicing, you will not able to find the errors. That is why my point. That is why daily coding session, like live sessions will be there. Anyway, I'm doing live. What error might come, what error might not come also, And also some of the errors I will do intentionally in the class so that you can understand. That is also one point. After all, if you are practicing, you can able to identify which error, for which purpose you can able to do. After all, at some point of time, there is no error you will get daily. After some point of time, you will know which error is for what. When you are in that particular stage, you can able to clear examinations and everything on your own. But anyway, someone will guide you if you want. That is fine. They can able to provide you solution. But once you got the solution, while writing also you might write mistakes. That is also we need to avoid. Again, whenever you write also, even though you wrote it, you'll get some errors. That is also we need to rectify, right? It is not like whenever you enter the whole code, it will execute as it is. No, there might be some mistakes also because that is code. Definitely humans will make the mistakes. We are not the mission. Definitely do practice daily. It will be like Monday to Friday. The classes will be, right? Examination will be on Saturday morning.